Alright, who's ready to do a little bit of mining with a helicopter and a minigun? Also, this is a little loud. Hold on. Oh, actually, wait. Reset save. Fly to an island and get blasting. The most efficient way to mine. You cannot convince me otherwise. Hold on. Huh. There. There's special ability. Ramming speed. That makes sense, right? Just ram your way through a rock with your helicopter. Keep digging until you reach the bottom. Ballistic amplifier, more damage. Unfortunately, we can't just leisurely mine everything because we have an extremely limited amount of fuel. Alright, I gotta turn around and head to the exit then. You can't see it, but there's an arrow pointing to the right underneath my camera screen here. When you get to the bottom, it tells you whether you go left or right for the exit, which is nice. And there it is. I got a little time left though, so let's get some more silver. So what's up with you, Goober? If you're still there. Detonite bullets. Alright, now. More fuel would be good. More damage would be good. More everything would be good. More bullets, more damage. Okay, flight time, damage, continue. Watching South Park on the monitor? Nice. God, I haven't seen South Park in so long. Because I barely watch any TV at all. Oh man, there's copper over there. Oh well. New biome. More damage, please. Okay, if I shoot this gas canister, I magically get more gas in my tank, even though I apparently destroyed it. Gold! There's gold in them there hills. Ah, we got enemies. Wait a minute. There's more fuel. And also, more fuel. Oh, it's so nice that I found so many fuel canisters lying around. Really lets me mine longer. Really get some goodies going on. Hello. Speaking of which, detonite. I fire slower, but it's little AoEs now, which is nice. God, so many fuel pickups. I love it. I'm getting a good haul on this one. Oh, hello. I've never seen a fuel thing stuck in the ground like this before. Like right at the bedrock level. That's crazy. There's usually not this many fuel pickups. I think they're just... They gave me lots of them to introduce me to the concept of fuel pickups. Like this is a tutorial for fuel pickups kind of thing.
Right.
See, today I am the blast action, apparently.
Yeah.
Do you see all this blasting action going on here?
I see it. Now, if they had a thing like this in Minecraft,
Right?
I was watching one of the boys' videos, and the guy come on, he got like, I think it's diamond what he had, a block of that, and it was like, this is VR Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
And then all of the guys were against look like Steve.
Yeah.
There's a gang of Steves.
Wow. So, how did he make them all look like Jack Black?
And I think it was your narrator doing the voice. Like you came to the wrong server, bitch.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely my favorite method of mining, though. Just going in with a helicopter and a minigun. just daka all your minerals.
That does kind of look like a copter.
Yeah. I've already played through this game once before, but it was pretty fun. So I figured I'd give it a stream.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I've pretty much milked this place. Oh, there's a teeny little bit. Grab that.
So what's the name of this game?
Boar Blasters.
Boar Blaster. Nice.
Which is pretty, pretty accurate name. Oh, hold on. A little bit here. There we go. By the way, we got Gilbert Jack in chat.
Yep.
A rare treat. Alright, let's see. More flight time, definitely. Oh, I should also earn more from gems. Actually, I don't have access to gems yet, but I will buy this anyway. Alright. More bullets. Magnet range. Okay.
Man, how do they work?
Indeed.
I remember there's some little YouTube video with an interview with Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Answering viewer questions, one thing or another. And they asked, so how do magnets work? I don't know, that's why I asked.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, magnets are kind of crazy because they seem to violate the law of conservation of energy.
Yeah.
Like, where is the kinetic energy to make things stick to magnets coming from? You know what I mean? It's weird.
Yep.
They're weird. How do they work? Alright. Meow. Now later in the game there's a different pilot we can unlock with a different special ability that is really, really good. Even better than this ramming speed. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, bearded dwarf lady. So that's also funny.
Yep. Watching video. I don't know if you ever watched Warhammer TV or not on YouTube.
Never heard of them.
That's basically Games Workshop's official YouTube channel. And
Okay.
When there's a new release or something put on there, but they had a regular feature with their little painting instruction videos. You know, how to paint this model or another. Well, the guy who was the host of that for years, he left Warhammer and then started his own painting channel on YouTube.
Okay.
Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy. And he's done very well, so much so that now he has his own line of paints.
Very nice.
Well, it's called Too Thin Coats. That's the old thing about painting miniatures, you know. You know, several thin coats instead of one thick coat.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
But that was pretty funny.
Alright, so we don't have all those tons and tons of fuel pickups on this map, so I can't fuck around.
Right.
The same way I did on the last level. No, I was saying that there weren't any gems in the game yet, but now here they are.
Yep.
We got some amethyst blocks here.
Reaper on me.
They actually do a pretty good job with the minerals and gems in this game.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at these,
Right.
you'd probably guess, okay, that's gold, silver, and amethyst. And it is.
Yeah.
All the minerals and gems are what they look like they are. You know what? I shouldn't be doing this, but feeling a little cheeky. Okay, let's. Oh, I did a crash and took some damage. All right, let's get out of here. Maglev technology exists. It's literally anti-gravity.
So
Doesn't Maglev hold on? Doesn't Maglev work by having like rails that have magnets in them, and then the train has magnets in it, so they're pushing it away from each other? Isn't that what that is? Because that makes sense. I don't know if it's energy efficient or not, but it makes logical sense. See, that's not anti-gravity, that's just logic.
yeah.
But again, the question comes back, where's that kinetic energy coming from?
Science.
Yes. Frictionless propulsion using spinning magnets, yeah.
I didn't know it comes from science. So I was watching a video the other day. We were talking last time about Avowed.
Yeah, briefly, yeah.
And on this video, somebody was watching a side-by-side comparison somebody had put between Avowed, Skyrim, and Oblivion.
Okay. Weird choices,
Yeah.
but alright.
Well, I mean, they're it kind of
vaguely-
a lot of the same thing.
They're a similar genre, at least, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things, though, they pointed out in Avowed, it's like, why is the thing even there? It does nothing. Like the fact that there's guards in the area, but you can just do whatever and then interact. In fact, one guy, he's sitting there, he don't even get out of his chair the whole time. It's like, why are there guards if they're not... And in fact, a lot of the thieving features you had in the Elder Scroll, not the Elder Scrolls games, you don't have in Avowed.
It's true that Avowed has... Like, they don't do the Elder Scrolls thing where NPCs have, like, their own agendas and...
Right.
But that's because they ran out of time for development. They didn't have time to do that.
I think what most people have been saying, critiquing Avowed, say, I mean, it's in there, and any number of editions so far, you may as well just go play Skyrim.
They're both very different games, overall.
Having played neither,
It depends what you want.
hazard to make a comment. I mean, I'm still playing freaking RuneScape.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, got an email from them, about any new events and stuff. Like, they have a merchandise. They have a store, like, on merchandise stuff,
Uh-huh.
T-shirts, coffee cups, and there is a RuneScape cookbook.
Everything has a cookbook now, it seems like.
And it's kind of like you're trying to, basically, a real-world version of some of the foods in there. Like, some things, of course, like there's one thing that shows how to make a cake, and it makes it look exactly like, or as close to the cake from RuneScape.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's like... oh, that's pretty neat. There's also there's a tabletop RPG and board games based in the RuneScape universe.
That's kind of neat.
Yep.
Of course, that's one of the potential appeals to Avowed as opposed to Skyrim.
Yeah.
Is it takes place in an already pre-established universe story, you know? It's like, did you like the world and story of Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2? Well, here's more story in that world.
So that's where it's set. I mean, I know little or nothing about Pillars of Eternity, so
yeah, it's a CRPG, and like I think they actually either based it on or at least copied the idea of the Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 game engine.
Okay.
I don't know if it's literally the same engine, but it looks like it and feels like it. So it's that style of game.
Yeah.
Very different, but Avowed is 3 years after Pillars of Eternity 2.
Let's see, what's the scroll down and look. Ooh, a lot of thumbs down, right? Okay.
What is? Huh?
I'm looking at the Avowed store page and looking at some of the reviews.
What's the overall at the top?
Okay, I'm looking. Where's all reviews mostly positive.
Okay.
77%.
So a bit of a mixed opinion, but not like completely split down the middle.
The ones that this game is okay. Now, said, don't few people understand it's a $70 game when they defend it. The world is empty. NPCs don't move. You can't interact with anything unless it's predetermined. For $20, yes. For $70, no.
I'd say it's worth more than 20, but less than 70. I'd go maybe 50.
I mean, heck, one reviewer, he actually flunked down 100 to get the pre-release.
Yeah. He's a reviewer, though, so he did that for his job.
Yeah, but even then, he's kind of like, and $100 for this?
100 is definitely too much.
Let's see. Well, I bought the game with early access and decided to refund it.
Sorry, just need to add in here. Goober says Avowed got downvote bombed because they dared to have 3 gender options.
See, that's the thing. All the reviewers have said nothing about gender options.
Sure, but you know, like the trolls and the whiners are doing it, right? Not necessarily the reviewers.
You know, the reviewers are just talking about the gameplay.
As they should.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can be non-binary in the game, and honestly, like the people who are whining about that option existing need to get over it, because A, it's an option, you don't have to use it, and B, it's the norm now. You're gonna have to get used to it.
In fact, a lot of the downvoted ones mentioned nothing about that.
Good.
Another one so far. One said decided to refund it when it kept crashing every 5 to 10 minutes.
Mine has never crashed personally. But don't know. Either he's unlucky or I'm lucky. I don't know. But it's been fine for me.
Yeah.
I have had a few bugs. I won't say there's no bugs. But
yeah, like I said, I'd rather. At that point, it said. One guy said he's waiting to go play the Yakuza pirate game. You got a lot of options there.
I mean, that's fair. That game looks crazy as hell too. Like, I think they're both good games, probably.
Yeah.
I haven't played that one, but it looks good.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm mainly waiting for the new Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Both of them.
I'm curious about that.
Like both the Metroidvania version and the actual sequel game.
Yeah.
Is the Ragebound seems more of a side thing, because you're not playing your main character from the other games. Like either a whole new character or one of the minor ones from the other games.
Is that the side scroll one?
Yeah.
From what I saw, I think Ryu is in the game, but he's like your mentor or something.
Right. Like, he's your mentor to send you a new character out. Now, 4 is supposed to be Ryu.
That would make sense, yeah.
Looks good. I mean, the costumes got some extra stuff, but it's definitely like you couldn't mistake it for anybody else.
Right, yeah.
So, like I said, that's what I'm looking forward to. Oh God, and Ryu talking about fucking Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, sorry, Goober. Yakuza Hawaii? I guess you could call it that, but really, we should be calling it Yakuza.
Yeah, it is. Somebody talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and he's talking about one thing, and then he says, "Oh, I'm sure it's a great game. In fact, it was 5 years ago, and it shows the Ghost of Tsushima."
Okay, that's funny.
It was so good they put it again 1 year ago. It was Path of the Ronin.
While I do intend to play that game, I still think Japan is the worst choice for that series.
Yeah.
Because being a stealth assassin in Japan is too normal. Like,
oh yeah.
Japan already had ninjas as part of their lore.
Well, here's what I thought. See, one thing, the period they set it in, for one thing, it's all over the place history-wise. It's like, wait a minute, you got stuff that's supposed to be in the Nobunaga period, but other stuff that looks like the Tokugawa period, and then other stuff that ain't even from Japan. It's some of those from Korea. I was like, what's that doing? The other thing is, I thought they should have said it. This would be perfect. That set it in either the like just before or during the Meiji period. That's when you got the Europeans finally being let back in, and that gives a perfect opportunity for the Templars to be part of it.
True. I mean, they can be part of it no matter what, but that's a very strong way to do it.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, give me 1 second here. I need to grab a new drink and use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. You and Goober feel free to continue talking about this, though. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, good. Doing fine. Had a day off today, so ain't done a whole lot. Well, and I'm working for the next, let's see, I got 2 days on and then Monday off. That, not much besides, I like being off. That's when I can really, I can eat probably instead of whatever I can grab from work or have the energy to make when I get home. Wait for I gotta wait for Krendar to come back. I want to tell him one thing about what I made today.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, one thing I did do today since I was off. You've seen on that my homemade McGriddle.
Yep.
Well, this time I used sausage patty instead of bacon.
Oh, even better.
Trying to, that's one guy I correspond with, and okay, he's in England. When you talk about sausages, that's a whole other matter, and I have to describe American sausages as opposed to like European.
Hold on, my game just crashed. Let me load that back up. Thankfully, I was between levels, so nothing should be lost.
It is cool. I thought for some reason I thought you said ore blasters. It's bore blasters. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, we're using our blaster to bore into the ground.
Yeah. So,
all right, let me share that back over to you. Okay.
Hang on, let me go back to Discord. No, it's working fine.
But yeah, as for Assassin's Creed, I just feel like settings where being a stealth assassin is like unusual is where the game shines. Like being a stealth assassin in ancient Egypt or Greece or
Norway,
in London or whatever, or Norway, however briefly.
That really got like what, like Ragnarok really floored me. It's like, wait a minute, when do we have stealth assassins? The Vikings have stealth assassins. They were rather brash and obvious.
Yeah, and they never did, because in that game, while you do get one of the hidden blades, you don't actually join the assassin order. You're just a friend of the assassins, and they gave you a hidden blade. But even then, the hidden blade, the main character wears it on the outside of her forearm. Because she's like, why do I want to hide this? I want everybody to know that I've got this and I'm coming for them.
And that's the thing, I mean, with a ninja, you'd have a lot besides just a hidden blade. You got all kinds of good stuff.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, being in ancient Japan, like, being a stealth assassin there doesn't stand out as unusual. So it just feels less interesting that way, is all. I'm still gonna play it. I still think it looks cool, but
I think like they get separated. One is the stealth assassin, while one is not.
A big hulking samurai.
Right, the big hulking black man.
Big hulking samurai who happens to be a black man. Yes.
Oh God! Did you see the? Did you get to watch either of the videos I sent you last time and links?
I actually got distracted and forgot. I'll watch them after the stream today, though.
Oh God, the one with the goons is the hilarious one. Although the one with John Cena is also funny.
How am I going to see that one? Da, 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 da.
Yeah, Gustav can ride fast. Yeah, I found out about it. The movie is called Tour de Pharmacy.
Interesting name.
It's a like, what's it called? Called a mockumentary. Made it look like a documentary, but it's not. It's for comedic purposes. On like basically bicycle races, a bunch of juiced up bicycle races. And
you know what?
The funniest.
That was gonna be my guess. Yep.
Yeah. And what's the funniest part is one of the guest stars in it is Lance Armstrong.
Nice.
So well, if a man can laugh at himself.
Whoops.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the one about. I mean, I don't know how he handled when they accuse him of. It's like I look at him. It's like you're looking at me like I'm the only one. You be.
He's definitely not the only one. Yeah.
I think you want to tell me like, how many people do it? It'd be easier time thinking how many don't.
Probably.
I know right about. Fuck you. That part was the funniest of John Cena. Fuck you. And with a big German accent is hilarious. The man has now found his niche as far as acting goes.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, when he tried to do, I guess, more serious stuff to begin with, like movies like The Marine and 12 Rounds, it's like, no one's really taking you seriously, John. When you start to get silly, they enjoy you more.
Well, he started his career being silly. I'm a gigantic hulking man standing right in front of you saying that you can't see me.
Well, okay, that was... the point there was, that was supposed to be, he was so fast you couldn't, like...
Yeah, like, he's gonna get you before you realize that he got you.
Right. It's
but
almost like...
it's just the way he said it is ridiculous. Like, you can't see me. Yes, I can. You're right there.
Yeah, I like the Rock thing. You can't see me. What the hell? You're playing peekaboo over here. Yeah, it was like Muhammad Ali's like they always said his float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yep.
The full thing goes float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Your hand can't hit, but your eye can't see.
Yep. It was all about being light on your feet and fast. Yeah.
Right, that was the thing. I mean, as well as his punching power, his footwork was amazing. If you ever watch those little videos.
I mean, that was his fame right there.
Yeah, he's held on to it for many, many years. Thinking of boxing, that's the other thing I need to add. I've got the first one. I need to get the second of the Punch-Out game for my Switch.
Classic.
Well, okay, now these are the original arcade versions, not the NES one. Of course, I don't even. They probably don't have or can't do the original NES, which was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
That's the only one I've played.
Yeah. That when they redid it for, I think, the Wii, well, between, I guess, having lost the licensing and just controversy surrounding Mike Tyson at the time, they now call it Punch-Out starring Mr. Dream. What's Mr. Dream? What the hell is that? I looked at him and said, is that supposed to be like wrestler Tommy Dreamer?
It's a weird name.
I don't know. But anyways, other than that, it had all the same characters. But the arcade versions, and there were two, Punch-Out and Super Punch-Out. The graphics are much different. That's a thing. If you look at like Nintendo arcade games, they are way better than the NES.
They were also, I mean, that makes sense though. But also they were way different too. I remember seeing Planet Commando in the arcade and it was totally different.
Right. And again, I remember again the what is it? You know, I remember I played the Atari 2600, and you talk about a vast difference between the arcade games and the console.
Yeah.
I mean, you play Pac-Man in the arcade, and then you play the Atari 2600.
Yeah, no kidding.
The sounds didn't match, the graphics didn't match. It was like way slower. Then again, you know, home systems, you couldn't pack the hardware into those that were in the arcade cabinets at the time.
I mean, for the longest time you couldn't. Not until recently, somewhat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hell, I was going back and seeing. There were things like you could buy, and probably still do, get the cards out of classic arcade games. And if you can get a cabinet, you can. I've seen like you can buy just standard cabinets and gear to put it in there, and you can even buy the old the marquee off the top of it and make their own version of that. And the cards is, like I said, about the size of a what you get now. You know,
those cabinets are mostly empty.
Yeah.
But damn, they look nice.
Yeah. Of course, now you got those whatever it's called, the one-up things you can just buy at Walmart. It'll have like 3 or 4 games in it. Well, that reminds me, there was a thing today. It was some new thing for the Switch. It was the Capcom Fighting Bundle. I looked at it and I said, well, that stuff looks familiar, and then I realized, oh, okay, they were taking the Capcom Fighting Collection and the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection and just packaging it as one.
Ah, I see.
which is nice, except that I own both of the separate ones, so what do I need?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not packaging with anything extra.
So you're all set then. You've already got it all. You're fine.
Ah, oof. You know, there's one old arcade game that they have yet to put on any, at least in the arcade archives, and I wish they would, and that's the old classic Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah. Gauntlet's great.
Oh, God. All the Earth is about to die.
I liked that one remake they did a few years back where all the characters had their own unique fighting styles.
Yeah.
That was really good.
What's this here? It's on Steam. Gauntlet Slayer Edition. Oh, that's like the 3D version. I was looking for the original top-down 2D.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about, I think, is the one that came after that one, and it was a top-down, but it had the more interesting gameplay to it.
This one's from 2014. Four-player co-op action game. Ooh, new experience battling. No, just but I would like to get somebody to do an emulator of the original, and you'd think with all the arcade archives there would be a version of that.
You'd think.
Yeah. Then again, it took them only last year to finally do an arcade archives of the Rastan Saga, which is one of my favorite side-scrolling fantasy games. And again, the reason I even got the Switch was when I saw the Arcade Archive series when I was looking to see if anybody had an emulator of Rygar. Remember that one?
Oh, hell yeah. Another one of those, the NES version is totally different from the arcade version of games.
Right. Well, this is, luckily, this is the arcade version.
Oh, I want a copy of that, actually. I would love to be able to play that.
Well, if you have a Switch, it's in the Arcade Archive series. Like I said, a lot of classic arcade games are only like $8 a pop.
I should check that out. Ah, goblins.
Goblin.
Goblin these nuts.
Hey, what's a mind goblin? What's a mind goblin? Single tear, done it. I love that one. Legends of Antris, when he was forbidden now, somehow an enchantment forbidding him to make these nuts jokes. And
the poor bastard.
They're talking about the mind goblin. Well, what's a mind goblin? And he's sitting there silently. He's like, you meant a mind goblin? What's a mind goblin? It's like a single tear runs down his face.
Single tear, sweat drop coming down his forehead.
Like the little Key and Peele sweat meme.
Yeah.
Like, mind goblin. Oh god, one of my favorite VTubers, Miss Lala. She's funny. Her VTuber rig looks like a 1950s like diner waitress.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And when something she was talking about Greek mythology or something, somebody mentioned, you heard the legend of Bophades, and she's Bophades, Bophades, and she starts to say Bophades, like, oh damn it. And before I even knew, it's like, Bophades.
Nice. Cha-ching. Alright, I should probably get the hell out of here. I'm getting low on fuel again.
No.
I don't know who made this helicopter, but it's very inefficient. Must be all the ramming through rocks I'm doing. I've ruptured the fuel reserve. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe changing the stream days to Friday, Saturday again, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Some more bullet range. Yep. Yeah, there's... Oh yeah, they got a new game mechanic on this level. Alright, that is about to be our new character soon.
Yeah?
That one that was just talking to us on the radio. Bearded dwarf lady.
Yeah, it could be. I think, yeah, it could be dwarves. What is it? I think there could be a 40k game. The squats.
Yeah. Yeah. And here come the Tyranids. So some of these blocks I have to dig through are egg sac clusters. So they hatch little buggers whenever I destroy them.
Okay, that's another one. I don't know if I know I sent you a couple of Freakazoid videos. Let's make.
Yeah, Freakazoid was such a good show.
Oh no, this is a YouTuber, Freakazoid. Yeah, I sent you one about.
Yeah, I'm just saying, reminded me of what it's obviously referencing is Freakazoid.
Of course, but no, I didn't send you his one on Space Marine 2. That was hilarious.
That was a fun game.
Space Marine 2, so it'll grow. You'll grow a third nut.
Oh, it said that third nut's grown so big it's dropping like Ubisoft stock. I was like, oh. That's like. Yeah, oh, that was the one. His video of the worst games of 2024.
Which one?
Yeah, Freakazoid. He did.
No, I mean, which Ubisoft game was in the worst?
All of them. In fact, he at number 2, he just mentioned all the Ubisoft games that year.
Which were what?
Starting with Skull and Bones.
Oh yeah.
Then let's see. I know Star Wars Outlaws was one. Then there was the 2 NFT games that year.
Yeah.
And the final one so bad they had to delay it until the next year. It's coming out Assassin's Creed.
I still want to give Outlaws a chance, but I haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah. I said Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws is so boring, and the people that bought it didn't play it. It showed like the play stats on Steam or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, when something like Steam or even the game companies themselves now can track how many people play it, and show it or don't play it.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's hard to make up stories to the game journos when your own website is showing it.
Right.
Let's see, what are they mentioning? Let's see, I know on this list, okay, started at number 5 was, number 5 was Dragon Age Veilguard.
Oh yeah, there's been some mixed opinions on that one.
Yeah, well, he said it had so much
But when you put so much self-inserts into a game, you kind of forget to make a... Put so much self-inserts in, they kind of forgot to make a Dragon Age game.
Which characters were the self-inserts?
All of them, I guess. Like each of the...
I don't know.
Writers. And then he said, like, you know, apparently he did not like the combat or even the RPG mechanics.
I've heard the dialogue's pretty bad.
Oh, God, yeah. Too. And then you had, see, that was number 5. What was number 4? I'm trying to remember. Oh, number 4 was Helldivers 2.
Really?
It says,
I thought that was good.
It started out good. Then you could only play it if you had a PSN account, which about over 170 countries didn't.
Whoops.
And that lost a big percentage of their player base. And then they nerfed so many things in the game. Like, all these weapons are so powerful and could do all this great stuff. Now they're reduced to like almost half their power or less, making it way more grindier.
Ugh. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, now luckily they unnerfed all of that, so at least they got a little bit back, but it's still, you can only play it with a PlayStation Online account.
That's shitty.
Yeah. Let's see, number 3 was Concord.
Wah wah.
Yeah. And he says, yeah, and they tried to blame that on, like, well, people are tired of hero shooters, and then Marvel Rivals came out.
Uh-huh.
And,
so, by the way, I just love these upgrades here.
yeah.
This one here is funny. Chain gun actuator. Massively increased fire rate. Aiming is for elves.
Yeah.
Because watch what this does to my accuracy if I take this. Like, my bullet spread is like 3 times as high as it was before.
Yeah.
But I've got a higher fire rate, so it doesn't matter so much. Aiming's for elves. Just spray and pray the dwarven way.
Bullet shower.
Yeah. It's very cleansing.
Like, you heard a golden shower? How about a lead shower?
Ugh. That story went places.
And then what was it? Let's see. Number 2, of course, is all the Ubisoft games, and number 1 was Kill the Justice League.
Although I have to say, honestly, that game's not as bad as people say it is.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's not terrible. The cutscenes are freaking great.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing that did kind of was a bit cringe.
Yeah, it's the mission structure where it really sucks.
Yeah. The thing that was the most cringe was not even the fact that they turned Mr. Freeze into a woman, not the fact
No, that's fine. There's no problem there.
Gay
but go
Joker.
ahead.
No, the problem is when Poison Ivy shows up and she's a little girl now, and Harley Quinn's still trying to intimate to their relationship. It's like, Harley,
okay,
she's got the body and mind of a little girl now. Do not mention it.
I mean, she's just... The game acknowledges the thing that Harley and Ivy used to be an item, right?
Yes.
And, hold on. Earlier in the game, something comes up where she's talking about how much she misses Ivy, and she's having a sad moment, and then Ivy comes back. And because of the way that she came back, she basically... Lex Luthor basically got a hold of some of her DNA or something.
Right.
And regrew her in the lab. And now she's like half plant, like even more plant DNA than she was before. So it makes sense that she'd regrow as a child.
Yeah.
But Harley still got this thing in her mind of like, oh, I miss her so much. Oh no, oh wow, she's back.
Yeah.
But she's having to like consciously switch gears of, okay, I can't flirt anymore. You're a child now.
Yeah.
This is weird.
One funny thing was the part where when Captain Boomerang pees on the Flash after he killed him, and apparently everybody now sees his Captain Boomerang. And Harley,
he was gonna piss on him, so he whipped out his dick, and everybody was like, "Holy shit, that thing is huge!" And Harley salutes it.
Like snaps to attention and gives a salute. Even like
it was a very exaggerated, like very stiffly snap to attention.
Yeah, like saluting the flag. There.
It was very funny. Anyways, I'm just saying the thing with Ivy, I think it's fine. Like obviously, I miss sexy Ivy. But it makes sense that they brought her back as a kid, and it makes sense that Harley's feeling weird about it.
Yeah, and his rundown of the later mission. Let's see, we've got the Clinkler, Mr. and Mrs. Freeze Fire, whatever she calls herself, like the social justice daughter of a hitman, and then just a chill guy.
Okay, to be fair, the social justice daughter of the hitman, Lawless. Yeah. She was cringe as fuck. I hated her. Yeah. She's not because she's social justice, but just because she's real annoying about it. But all the other characters I really liked. Yeah, I got everything. I finished the whole thing.
Deathstroke was the last thing they.
Yep. Yep. And he had his special crazy power suit thing. But I was going to say, like, the thing with Mrs. Freeze, I have no problems with that either, because that's Mr. Freeze's equivalent from an alternate universe.
Yeah, well.
So there's sometimes people's equivalent from an alternate universe is a different gender. See Lady Boomerang as an example, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that. She was actually pretty well done. I liked her.
I mean, the whole thing is supposed to be alternate universe, pretty much. I mean, even the main game is supposed to be alternate universe. This is not.
Well, no, it's not. Well, I mean, it's its own. The Arkhamverse has always been its own separate universe from the comics, but within the video game, they dimension hop. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that was the last part. And he says, "You know, when they finally gave us Deathstroke, said finally an actual comic accurate character." And he says, "But I will never forgive them for taking our Batman from Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, and then killing him not on a comfy chair, not on a nice sofa, not on a little lawn chair with an embroidered pillow, but on a parking bench. Look at you, Rocksteady."
Well, can I tell you a spoiler?
Yeah.
When you finish the entire game, they pull the classic, guess what?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Heard about what exactly?
That, like, Batman, like...
What?
If this is what I think it is, like...
Well, say it.
He's not dead.
Right. As it turns out, the Batman that got shot on the park bench... was a clone.
Oh, okay.
In fact, the entire game, the entire Justice League were clones.
Oh,
so we never actually killed the originals because it was all a plan put down in place ahead of time by Batman.
Okay, I'm sorry. That gets to a certain point where it's like Batman was ahead of everybody on this the whole time. Yeah. It's like, all right, at a certain point, you need to stop having that as the Deus Ex Machina.
To some degree, I'll agree that, like, they were all clones is a bit tacky. But
or that Batman had planned this the whole time.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why they were clones. But I will say that the fact that they put in logical reasons why the Suicide Squad was actually able to kill the Justice League in the first place, because they're way more powerful than the Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad, for the most part, is just people. They don't even have powers, except for, I guess you could say King Shark has powers.
Yeah.
But Harley and Captain Boomerang and Deadshot do not. So how the fuck are they killing Green Lantern and Superman and the Flash, right? Yeah. But they put in reasons for it, and two of those reasons are because of Batman's planning, which was a long-known thing in the comics, where he does, he does a thing where he puts down contingency plans for what if Superman goes rogue, what if Green Lantern goes rogue, I need a contingency plan so I can put them down if I have to. And those contingency plans are how you do it.
Yeah.
You find his contingency plans and you put them into effect.
Right.
So that part made sense. They were all clones after all. Nothing actually of any consequence happened after all. That's tacky.
Now that's tacky.
Yeah.
God, that's a joke from another movie that was hilarious.
Also, kudos to the actor that was playing the Joker for this. I don't remember his name, but there were some great Joker moments, especially like when they bring him back to base, because again, he is an alternate dimensions Joker because their dimension's Joker's dead. So they recruited Joker from their dimension. They bring him back, and you know the Suicide Squad thing being all about the cranial bomb implants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they bring him to Amanda Waller, and they're fighting over, you know, who has to be the one to inject him with it.
Right.
And and in most cases it ends up being Boomerang that does it because he likes to be a sneaky fucker. And he sneaks up while they're talking, while Amanda Waller is chatting with Joker about not chatting, you know, like debriefing, whatever. Boomerang sneaks up behind him, and there's no indication whatsoever that the Joker knew he was there, or that he was about to inject him with the bomb.
Right.
But just as he's like lifting it to do the jab, the Joker just like has this big grin and he goes, "Put it in me."
No, yeah, I heard about that.
It was so creepy that Boomerang steps back. He's like, "No, I don't want to do it now. This is weird."
Yeah. Oh, you ruined it.
Good night, Goober. But yeah, no, it was very good. He's like, "Oh yeah, put it in me."
I'm looking here. Of course, you know, Tara Strong. We knew her.
Yeah. Also, he had one of the most fun movement powers too. He stole one of the special umbrellas from Penguin.
Yeah.
So he could like float in the air and like do like a jet ski thing in the air with this thing.
Oh wow! King Shark was voiced by wrestler Samoa Joe.
Yep. Great job, by the way.
Yep.
He was a very fun character.
Deborah Wilson was Amanda Waller.
She killed it. She was
all kind of stuff.
She didn't look like the typical Amanda Waller. She just looked like Deborah Wilson.
Yeah.
But the acting job, she killed it.
Some of the characters she's been voicing lately there and in other video games have all kind of been made to look like her.
Yeah. Well, a lot of games do that these days where they do face capture.
Yeah. What does that look like?
But yeah, she did a great job.
Let's see what else we got here.
Also, I played something else recently where turns out that she's in Avowed as well.
Oh, wow.
And she's a very, very bad person in Avowed.
Let's see.
She's she's a psychotic head inquisitor type character.
Jason Isaacs voiced Brainiac. That's neat.
He was very good.
Yeah.
Very, very snooty, intellectual British type voice.
That is, right?
Who?
Jason Isaacs?
Nope.
He was Malfoy, Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy. He was in. I know he was been on Star Trek Discovery and a whole bunch of stuff. And of course, my favorite character of his was in the movie The Death of Stalin when he plays Field Marshal Zhukov. Some of his line deliveries have been amazing. In that one, first thing he shows up, and like in slow motion, he shrugs off his overcoat, kind of fixes his tunic, and all the medals on his chest just kind of flat. Like,
yeah, nice. Yeah, all the voice acting in Kill the Justice League was incredible. Well, most of it. Child Ivy was a little annoying, but she's a child, so that's expected.
Corey Burton, he just does all kind of voice acting.
Also, I don't know. Do you know who Toyman is?
Looking.
I don't know if he's a character they made up or not. He was very annoying.
Okay, yeah, well, it depends on it. Okay, that Toy Man. See,
He was a young Japanese lad who was obsessed with the Justice League.
that version of Toy Man. See, of course, the original Toy Man was a whole different character, but the more current one comes off Toy Man is just this genius kid who makes all these crazy inventions.
Yep. That's him in the game.
Yep.
So a bunch of the weird tech you use came from him.
Yep. Let's see, Darcy Rose.
He's actually the one that he in the game he ends up getting some anti-flash technology from Lex Luthor, and and like retrofitting it and improving it, and that's how you can kill the Flash.
I'm reading her stuff. From
the one that played Ed Ivy. Darcy Rose Burns.
She did a good job of being like a creepy little child. I'll give her that. Sometimes too hyperactive though.
Yeah.
But that's just kids for you. It's accurate.
Let's see. Looking if I recognize any of these other voice actors. No.
Yeah, the mission structure was very bad, but the fighting was fun, and the story and cutscenes were very good. I played it mostly for that, honestly. That, and I got it for free. So
Yeah.
actually, no, I think not technically free. I caught a 95% off sale on Steam, so I bought it for $5, which is practically free. Really,
Good enough.
that is a why the fuck not price.
I mean, that's where I've got a lot of my games from. Is off of it's on sale on Steam or Switch.
Yeah. And speaking of which, Star Wars Outlaws went on sale again.
Yeah.
For like half off or something.
Yeah. Oh. Now, somebody said, like, of all the Star Wars stuff, so the one that's actually done the most successful and garnered controversy on one side because of it, mainly from all the people that, I guess, what I call the Kathleen Kennedy Brigade, are they taking it? Take it, Kennedy! Like the one Star Wars franchise that's done the best was the Cal Kestis games, All in Order and
yeah, they were very good.
Yeah, and their main character, white guy.
Yeah, also Deborah Wilson.
And the fact that it's the white guy who got was Cameron Monaghan. That guy is amazing.
Yeah, main character was white guy, but Deborah Wilson was his mentor.
Right. Did you ever watch Gotham?
No. I want to someday, though.
Yeah, his character Jerome and his twin brother, I forget his name. Basically, while never ever given the name, he was definitely the Joker of Gotham, and he was amazing.
Cool.
He also, and of course, I remember him for the series Shameless, which is also a great series. And I found one of the things like, God, he's been acting that long. He played the little annoying neighbor kid in the movie.
Which actor are we talking about?
Cameron Monaghan.
Oh, is that Kyle Kestis?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, we've got our new character now.
Yeah.
Her helicopter looks a little bit different, and she's got a different special ability.
Nice.
So she doesn't do the ramming speed thing. But instead, she has like missile swarms, which is even better.
Yeah.
Here, I'll wait for that to charge up, and I'll show you.
Yeah.
All right, check this out.
Yeah. Mate, oh shit, I'm watching. Okay. Boom!
Very effective.
Yes. Definitely clears a lot of obstacles at once.
Also, it's good for the place with the bugs too, because while I can like zoom through a lot of terrain with the driving speed, if a lot of that terrain is like the bug sacks,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna find myself like down a long mining shaft with bugs on converging on me from all sides.
Ooh, not good.
Whereas with her missile swarm, she can like dig out the big mining shaft below her and kill a bunch of the bugs in the process, and the ones that do survive are all coming at her from the same direction. So it's easier to deal with that way.
On the mighty shaft.
Yeah, Deborah Wilson has been in a lot of stuff lately, and I've been enjoying her work. Yeah, and like I said, she's like the leader of some brutal inquisitors in Avowed, specifically ones that worship the goddess of justice and fire. But she's like kind of like a psychotic and unforgiving justice goddess. So she's essentially the Spanish Inquisition, more or less.
I would expect that by now.
Right. Fear and surprise.
And then I tried to myself. Oh, damn.
Oh no, that's the comfy chair.
Oh, my Monty Python were such legends.
Yep.
They're all stuffing up one end.
That's the cushions.
Kaboom! There's supposed to be a big kaboom! Well, I will say, Avowed has an interesting central story premise to it as well that I've been enjoying. So, one of the races that exists in this world, and it was in the other games too, is there's a very rare set of people called godlikes, and who they are. Every once in a while a fetus is still growing in the womb, sometimes one of the gods will like touch the soul of that baby while it's forming, right? And so that when the baby is born, it exhibits some physical aspects of the god. So, for example, like if the goddess of fire affected this kid, then the kid might have flames for hair.
Oh, nice.
Or there's a character in Pillars of Eternity 2 who is a paladin who, instead of having hair, she has feathers for hair because she was touched. She was touched by the goddess of the sky, who is like a bird aspect. And they always automatically know which god they're affected by because it's visually obvious for one thing, and also I think sometimes the god talks to them in their mind sometimes as well because they're like, like they did this. They empowered this baby because they want them to grow up into a champion that they can use for their ends, right? In Avowed,
Yeah.
The main character is exhibiting godlike visual symptoms of like that nobody has ever seen. Your character has like roots and or mushrooms growing on their head.
Huh.
And there's no god associated with that. And so, and nobody's ever, and there's no god voice talking to your character in your head. So you were the godlike of an unknown god that nobody's ever heard of. And you're trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what's going on with me, and also I'm in this new land. What's going on in this new land? So it's an interesting mystery going on. But when you get to this new land, you start getting a voice in your head sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's been this thing going on lately where weird mushroom growths have been going all over the place lately.
Yeah.
Including on people, and people have been going nuts as, like, these fungal growths appear on them and make them insane. But you get there and you find out that it's almost like the embodiment of the spirit of the land itself is talking to you in your head. So you're trying to figure out what's causing this. They call it the Dream Scourge. It's essentially some sort of like spiritual plague that's spreading across the land.
Yeah.
In fact, that's why you're there, is you were sent to deal with it. And it seems almost like maybe the voice in your head and the plague might be connected in some way. So you progress through the game and the story unfolds from there, and it's been pretty interesting.
Good.
I'm enjoying it. It's a bit more action-oriented, as comparing it to, like, you were comparing it to like the systems in Elder Scrolls games, right? Like how Skyrim has, like, guards that can arrest you, and people have their daily routines, and all this kind of stuff. This game seems a bit more action-oriented. Like, all your level-up options are all revolve around combat.
Yep.
Like, you can pick locks, but it's not a skill. It's just something everybody can do.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But I will say, like, while a lot of the RPG things are better in Skyrim and such, in this game, the combat's just more fun.
I'll send you that one video. I mean, whether you agree with him or not, you'll laugh at just his humor. Fleek is always just hilarious.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I mean, one for it, it's like, in Elder Scrolls, I get to fight somebody with a chandelier. I get to do it here? No.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Elder Scrolls games do get much sillier in some ways, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there was an homage to Morrowind in this game, though.
Yeah.
There's a point where I was exploring around some mountainy area, and I heard somebody yelling in the distance about, I don't know what it was. I don't remember the words, but it was it.
No.
The subtitle was titled as coming from Crazed Pyromancer or something, and he was yelling some sort of vaguely villainous shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll show them all, or whatever. And then I come around the corner and I see the guy just before he loses control of his magic and explodes. Which reminded me of the point in Morrowind where you hear a faint scream and then go over and investigate, and you find a corpse with a jumping spell on it.
Yep.
Do you remember that at all? Have you seen that?
No.
I forget what the spell was called. It was a scroll of, like, some sort of magnificent leaping spell, right? On this corpse that's flattened on the ground. If you pick this up and then use the scroll yourself and jump, you will jump so far and high that I think I actually had to go through 5 or 6 loading screens before I landed. I jumped like the whole map is an island continent, right?
Right.
I think I jumped 2/3 of the way across the entire world map before I landed. And splattered on the ground, because it makes you jump really, really high and really, really far. It does not protect you from falling damage. Which is why you find this guy as a corpse.
Yeah.
So I felt like the pyromancer exploding felt like a reference to that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Of course, this is also the same game where you can explore a cave and you can find fat loot with PHATLUTE. It is just a very wide musical instrument. Free bombs. Yes, sir. I need to pay more attention to this quest. I got things I need to destroy. Hidden sneaky goblins. Semi-hidden, anyway. God, I love those missiles. There's one more. Got him. Goblin spies. Yeah, these giant leaping guys are such annoyances.
Oh, there's one one game I got for the Switch recently. Let me find it again. To get the full title. Come on. Ooh. That's interesting. I was going on the Nintendo page. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of those, but people seem to like them.
Me neither. Don't we just say Nintendo? Ninja or Die, Shadow of the Sun. That was the game I got recently. It's alright. The movement mechanics are a little weird. You can't just move left or right. Everything is done by jumping.
Oh, that reminds me of when I played Ronin. It had some, it was very jumpy as well.
You had to hold down the button and then leap. You know, now you can do double jumping and banking off of walls and stuff like that. You can't just walk or run in a direction.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing. When I found out this was, I got this one like a while ago. It's been good. Another arcade classic, Splatterhouse.
Oh yeah.
One of the original horror video games.
Yeah, where you're like the slasher guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're essentially Jason, but you're up against other evil stuff. Yeah, that was a pretty good game.
Yeah. One other one that I got, let's see, I think this was the one.
Of course, you're not actually Jason Voorhees, but you're like Jason with the serial numbers filed off.
Right.
Ah. Dicks. Ah. Get out of here. Leave me alone.
Now, one thing I got, not knowing I already had it somewhere else, I recently got Captain Commando, and this is the version.
I don't think I ever played that one.
Yeah. Well, this is part of a. So I got the one recently, Capcom Arcade Stadium, Captain Commando. This was like $1.85, and you gotta have the Capcom Arcade Stadium platform for that, which I do. I've got some other ones like that. Well, I already had the game as part of another thing, which was the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle.
Makes sense.
Which, let's see, that one's, basically all the classic Capcom beat-em-up games. Final Fight, Captain Commando, King of Dragons, Knights of the Round, and Warriors of Fate. Those two games that were previously unavailable on consoles, Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit. So, like I said, a lot of great beat-em-up games. Now, Final Fight's the one I remember the most, because we had that in the arcade. Basically like those kind of like kind of top down from an angle side scroll beat 'em up, kind of your Double Dragon
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah,
I've been finding it interesting how they've been combining some of these games together into the same story universe. Like apparently like they added what was it, Fatal Fury or something?
yeah.
The guy with the red cap, they added him to
Smash Bros,
Street Fighter. No, Street Fighter.
Oh, they added. Oh wow.
Terry Bogard.
Terry Bogard. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Street Fighter now, and for the longest time, the Final Fight characters have been in Street Fighter as well.
Cody, yeah.
So Street Fighter, Final Fight, and Fatal. I think is Terry Bogard Fatal Fury or something like that?
Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
/ King of Fighters. I mean, they're all the.
They're all the same universe apparently.
Yeah, all the SNK fighting games eventually were just put under the King of Fighters banner. So, you know, Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting, they all just got put together. And they have crossed over with Capcom. You know, there has been several, SNK versus Capcom fighting games.
Yeah. But now a bunch of them are just in Street Fighter, like, itself, without being a crossover.
Yeah, know that Terry was, I think, my Shiranui was supposed to be. If I'm not wrong.
What was that name?
My Shiranui.
Oh, she just got added, yeah.
Right, yeah. Seasonal Fatal Fury character as well.
Yeah, I think she's the most recent addition to Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
I'm looking. If that's her outfit in Street Fighter, oh no, that's from something else. It's like, that is not near her old classic. I mean, the old little busty red number.
Yeah. Well, part of the thing with Street Fighter 6 is you can get alternate skins for your characters, so...
Yeah.
I think they have the classic one. But there's probably one or two other ones, too.
You know, it's her victory pose when she does a little... opens that fan, a little flourish, and her boobs are... boing.
Oh, yeah. She's very boobly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I didn't see you, motherfucker. I got shooted. I'll take the range. The scatter shot is not probably very good on these maps as they're getting longer. Oh my lord, there's so many. So many shooty mans. It's been a while since I've played much Street Fighter. When I used to work overnights at a call center, there was a in the break room we had Capcom versus Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So I played the hell out of that for a little while. I'd play like 1 or 2 rounds of that every work day. We have a lot of anti-air defenses in here, so let's send in the helicopter. Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're doing the Steam Next Fest thing again right now, so there's a lot of game demos around. I played this fun one called Wheel World.
Yeah.
Which is a a weird little game about, well, basically you're riding your bike around, getting upgrades and getting in races and stuff, but also, like, there's a weird story where you're, like, this spiritfarer type of character.
Right.
Like, your bike has a spirit in it, and it's like, you're like a psychopomp for dead ghosts, but, on a bike.
Yeah.
on a sentient living bike. Weird game, but it was quite fun though. Pretty good. Also, for anybody who likes tower defense, I played this one called Tower Dominion, which is a bad name.
Yeah.
But the gameplay was quite fun. It was like a... It was almost like a card game in a way, too, because what towers you could make was dependent on, like, card draws, sort of.
Yeah.
And a lot of towers had different sizes and shapes, so you had to, so you'd get a random card draws, and then you'd have to try to find a way to take what towers you got and what shapes they are and fit them in with the terrain you have. So it was pretty interesting that way. And you had different commanders who had different bonuses. So there was a lot of systems going on at once with it.
Yep.
Oh god, I need to get the hell out of here.
Ooh.
I am low on fuel and I'm not at the bottom yet. I need to stop mining and just get the fuck out of here. Excuse me, coming through. Okay, I think some of those explosions set off a fuel canister. I got more fuel in the middle of that. That's good. Still, though, I can't fiddle fuck around. That's probably just the only reason I might not die. Maybe. Still unsure. Oh shit. Oh good, good, good. Woo! I got my low fuel warning, but it's right there. Ooh. I was maybe 5 seconds away from failing that mission. Got a lot of money, though. A lot of money. Okay. Take that. Ooh, I can almost afford that, but not quite. And bullet damage. Of course, I was playing a shorter game before you arrived, so you just barely missed a wear cleaner.
Yeah, I saw that title on there.
That was an interesting game. A game about being a janitor who is also a werewolf. And you had to work the night shift, so you had to go to work in wolf form.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting twist on the stealth game mechanics because, you know, you had to sneak around the office and not be seen. Not because it was dangerous for you, but because it was dangerous to your coworkers. If they see you as a werewolf, they freak out, and your werewolf bloodlust takes over, and you kill them automatically. So you're trying to avoid letting them see you, so that you don't kill them. Which is an interesting premise. And if you make a mistake, it can sometimes really snowball on you. Because if one person sees you, your act in lunging for them for the kill might expose you to other people as well. And now you have to kill them too. Like, I was watching the Game Grumps play it, and there was one map where they just chain killed 5 people in a row. Because it just cascaded that way. You can still finish the map if you do, but you get a lower score. Plus, also, it makes your job harder because now you have to clean up the mess that they left, because you can't leave the body behind, right?
Yeah.
So, if you kill someone, you have to eat the body. And eating the body makes a bigger mess, and now you have to clean up that mess. And if somebody sees that mess, even if they don't see you, but they see some of the bloodstains, then they're going to freak out. And then you have to go chase them down and take them out before they can report what they saw to anybody. It's an interesting idea. I like a nice twist on an established idea, you know? Oh, and speaking of stealth games and ninja games, did you ever, have you ever seen Mark of the Ninja? I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was called.
I think I have that one. I need to get back to that one on the Switch.
That was a very good stealth game. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, I like that one. And Ronin was interesting as well. It was more of an action game. Like, it's not really as stealth, but it was a real-time with pausing combat system in a way.
Which one's this?
It's called Ronin. If you like, you're walking around normally like a side-scrolling platformer, right? But if you get into a fight, what happens is the game pauses, and then you input one command, which is generally like a jump in a direction, right? Yeah. So you'll aim which way you want to jump, and then like 2 or 3 seconds will play out of the results of that, and then it'll pause again. So you're trying to avoid getting killed while security forces are shooting at you.
I think I found it.
Yeah, you see like laser sights, so you can tell where they're going to shoot, and you have to make sure that when you act and the game unpauses for a couple seconds, you won't be in the trajectory of the bullet anymore.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this character seems to be wearing like a red motorcycle helmet.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one. Very fun game.
I got that.
Some of those battles got a bit intense. It was pretty fun. Very interesting game mechanic. I've never really seen anywhere else. You could pull off a stealth kill now and then, but for the most part, You usually didn't have the opportunity to pick people off one at a time. Argle Bargle, oh my god, there's a Larson in here. How did that happen?
Hey. Speaking of ninjas.
Right? Larson, you missed Ware Cleaner. I only ate 5 of my co-workers. I also ate the CEO, but he was already dead when I found him, and he had it coming anyway. Actually, that's another reason I want to try out Star Wars Outlaws at some point, because it's a stealth game. And I like me some stealth games.
Stealth? I didn't know that.
Yep. Well, you're playing a scoundrel character with a blaster, so you're not like you're not like Captain Commando or anything, you know.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah, I did just relatively recently play through Jedi Survivor, which is Fallen Order 2. Man, that game was good. Love me some Jedi Souls.
That was the other one, Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, that's just the sequel to Fallen Order.
Right, right.
I'm not sure how excited I was about Cal Kestis as a character, but just being able to play a Jedi Souls game in general was great. Although I do find it funny that people were complaining about how much darker and more angrier Cal Kestis was in this game, but honestly, he had very good reason to be. Plus, also, it's a Star Wars Jedi thing. Like, he was having his own struggle with the dark side. Of course, he was creepier and stuff, angrier. The Sting? I haven't heard of that one, Larson. I think the first really good stealth game that really got me into the genre was Tenchu. You know that one, eh, Blast?
I had never got to play that. That was...
You've heard of it, though, yeah?
Oh, yeah, yeah. In fact, many thought that what Ghost of Tsushima was gonna be like a successor to Tenchu.
I don't see why.
I guess, like, watching the trailer, they're expecting, you know, like a ninja stealth game.
I mean, it was... it was not actually a ninja, but it was a stealth game at heart.
Yeah.
Or at least that was one of your options.
Right. Speaking of that, speaking of ninjas, if you notice my new avatar.
I have not. Let me have a quick look. But also, speaking of, whatchamacallit, speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, we've got Ghost of Yotai coming up.
Yep.
Where is your thing? Oh, who is that?
That is Stuart Smith. That is from the poster art for the movie Ninja Destroyer. That is one of the many cut and paste ninja movies by Godfrey Ho from the 1980s and 90s.
Also, it's funny, I just noticed the thumbnail you posted me for the Avowed thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I actually saw that the other day and rolled my eyes at it.
Oh.
Oh no, I didn't watch the video. I saw the thumbnail, rolled my eyes at the thumbnail. Like, there's no way, like, even people who aren't interested in Avowed,
yeah,
there's no way that it's like this thumbnail claims that this game is a failure on the level of Concord. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It is not.
I mean, yeah, when you watch the video, you'll kind of see why he thinks that way. Mainly because of all the buggy and jank. In fact, the lady created the game. Her first thing, well, you've got to expect a bit of stuff like that nowadays. It's like that's kind of a lame excuse for why your game is buggy. No, we shouldn't expect it. We should expect you to have your shit together before you release the game.
I wonder if that's console versions or something, because my copy of the game has not been particularly buggy at all.
I mean, they said early in the game, like, see, he was unable to move left or forward in the game. He could only, like,
weird,
blank right or move backward.
Do you know what system he's playing on?
Well, when he mentioned hotkeys, I assume it was on PC.
Yeah, that sounds like a PC thing. That's weird.
Yeah.
None of that shit happened to me. I don't know what's going on with him.
Now, I don't know if yours was played early access like he did, but
nope.
I don't know. Like I said, having not played the game, I'm only going by what the reviewer.
I mean, it's possible that it might have been an early access thing, or
yeah.
I mean, to be clear, we're not talking about early access like Steam early access. We're talking about being allowed to play the game 5 days before the game's release date if you buy the special edition thing.
Right.
And that might have been a little bit extra bugged, and maybe they patched that just in time for the full release. I don't know.
So, I mean,
that's entirely possible.
Like some of his hotkeys just got shuffled to other keys without the game even telling him. I mean, I forget which feature it was. The hotkey got switched to print screen.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's mainly talking about all the reviews, that even the thumbs down reviews are saying it's good, but
the only real bug I've had is the game doesn't properly acknowledge that I've rebound something to spacebar.
Yeah.
And also I've got one of those mice that has extra buttons on the side.
Yeah.
And one of those extra buttons doesn't work on keybind, but the other one does. I don't know what's up with that. Those are the only bugs I've had. Yeah, go ahead.
Getting a special gaming keyboard, like it's like just a certain number of keys on there, and you can customize it to whatever. And basically, you're not hunting all over the board keyboard, like it's all in one spot. I was thinking of getting one of those. I will say among them all, the only one I can find, I think there was a Logitech one. Some people are recommending it, and it's about the only one out there that doesn't have, RGB underlit.
Ah, okay.
It's like, I don't need all that. Just give me the keys. I don't need all that fancy crap.
I kind of like the underlight myself. It's just pretty.
Unless you're gonna have that thing on camera while you're playing it.
I mean, it's just pretty for me.
Yeah.
But I have a more, kind of a subtle one. Like, it lights up a little bit, but it's not like crazy flashing colors or anything.
Yeah. Now that's the other thing. People have said that a lot of the times when you see some game streamer and they show the big lit up tower, like behind them, they said that's not even the one they're running the game or they're streaming on. That's just purely there for looks.
Yeah, maybe with some people. Yeah, possibly.
Let's see. Finding snack time. Oh yeah, when is snack time? When is the next Bearded Ramblings with Teddy on there?
2 days from now.
Let's see. That's
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, well, I'll be off Monday, so I can have plenty of time to watch it.
Yeah, it's always it's almost always Sundays unless we have an exception for some reason.
Right.
Well, I guess Teddy enjoyed last time he was on well enough because he came back.
Yeah. Oh wow, Life of Boris, most unbiased review of Avowed ever. I'll have to watch that one.
Oh, interesting. How long is it? Like, how long is this video?
11 minutes.
Yeah, can you link that to me?
Sure. Yeah, that's another thing. Somebody mentioned that, and that wasn't. I was saying, like, what the hell is with the fantasy races in this game? Used to be, you had a little cool looking, like, it actually looked like it was a monstrous race. No, let's just give them an animal print and some big ears. There, so fantasy.
No, that's the Orlin.
And then what was it? The guy he said, the fish boy with the turquoise skin and the millennial haircut.
Oh yeah, there's a race of they're called the Amawa.
Yeah.
They're like these big hulking guys with like razor sharp teeth.
Yeah.
In the first two games, they just looked like they had different colored skin, but in this game they appear to have either fish or snake scales.
Yeah, but that is right about the guy's haircut. It's like that's like the millennial haircut now, like the curly on top and short on the side thing.
I'm trying to think if I know which character that is, or maybe that was just somebody made their player character look like that. I don't know.
I call that haircut the Jack Doherty, and it carries just as much disdain for calling it that.
Yeah. Most of them have reasonable haircuts. That must be just like one weirdo NPC. There's actually a couple ladies of that race I've seen in the game that are very sexy. If you don't mind the fact that they have scales, that is. Amawa are basically the Pillars' version of orcs, big, strong imperialists. I don't think they're imperialists. In fact, I don't think I would ever describe orcs as being imperialists. But they are the big, strong race anyway, with weird teeth. But they have a lot of they have a pretty good culture and stuff too. Although in this game, their capital city is basically Tokyo, more or less. Or it's like desert Tokyo, at least as far as architectural style goes anyway. They're an interesting race. But yeah, all the races in Avowed are from the Pillars of Eternity games, so none of them are new.
Oh yeah, they're saying this is made by Obsidian Entertainment. You know, the guys make Fallout New Vegas. It has the name of the studio that made Fallout New Vegas. I doubt any of the people that made New Vegas worked on this game.
Some of them maybe. Probably not all of them.
Usually by that point, a lot of them have gone and formed another studio or.
The Rautau Empire is very big on expansion and conquest. Are they? I don't remember that part, but I'm actually replaying Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. I just finished 1 last night, just so that I can refresh myself on the lore of stuff. So maybe I will relearn some stuff that I have forgotten. Whoops. I'm glad I've done the replay, because just from replaying 1, I learned some stuff last night that was very big lore stuff that will definitely help me understand context in Avowed better.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I watch that video you linked, I forgot the guy's name already, Freakazoid guy. Anyway, you know who I mean. After I watch his video, I'll let you know how it compares to my experience with the game. One thing I'll say is that from the brief amount I saw, remember the part early in his video where he complains about the character that asks the team if they've been having gay sex with each other or not? That character is at least, I'd say at least 10 to 15 hours into the game, so he's played at least that much.
Huh.
Depends how much side questing you do, though, I guess. You question their decision to make the game first person? It's definitely they just wanted to do something different, I think. Because I saw an interview. Actually, Larson, if you're interested, hit up YouTube later and look up a channel called ItMeJP. That's all one word, ITMEJP. And I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, they had a podcast. They have a podcast to do called Dropped Frames, where they interviewed somebody from Obsidian about Avowed. If you want to hear that talk, that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, I've met that character that was joking about the party having sex with each other, and it's not specifically a gay thing. You can choose your character's gender, and that scene happens no matter what gender your character is.
Yeah.
So she's really just joking about your party being horny with each other in general, no matter who they are.
That was the one thing that made one person really made that thing how when everybody was talking about, oh, you didn't like Dragon Age Veilguard because they had this, that, and it's like you're a white male hater, and I said, you know what? There's a game that had a lot of that stuff too, and everybody still loves it, and that was Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah, this got everybody in that game.
Yeah, why did they like it? Because it was a good game. I'm sorry, when you had combined the two, great. When it's an either or, and you chose either rather than or, yeah.
You know,
It's like, make a good game first, then you can insert all your personal shit in there.
I mean, the game should be good. Either way, yeah.
I mean, that's why I kept telling people all last year, this game, that, just go get Bolt Gun. It'll make your year.
Bolt Gun was great.
Yes. I mean, that was, when one guy was watching this game, he was playing Gollum and just cursing his fate, and I said, you should have got Bolt Gun.
Sorry, he was playing what?
Gollum.
Oh God, poor bastard.
Yeah. And I think that came out at the same time. I think they both did. And I said, so many people talking about that game this year, and I said, never forget this came out this year, and I came out and put that Bolt Gun, and I said, this came at the same time. It is not too late to repent, brother.
One thing I always found funny about the discussion around Gollum, and I've seen some footage of it. The game does look very bad, but one of the things I hear people saying about it is like, who was even asking for this game? Who even wanted a game where you play as Gollum? And I'm like, this guy, I wanted that. That could have been an awesome stealth game. Like, it could have been very cool. It had a lot of potential, but they fucked it all up.
I suppose. I never thought about it one way or the other.
I mean, I never thought about it one way or the other either. But, like, I was never sitting around thinking, man, I wish they would make this. However, when they announced it, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, give me that. That sounds great.
Oh, did you ever,
And then it wasn't.
get to see, what was that one, that, Lord of the Rings, the War of Rohirrim?
I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
It's a movie. It's not a game.
I haven't watched. Oh, is that the anime one?
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I was watching the stream. A lot of people at the end didn't really like it, especially certain things. The Easter eggs right at the very end and said, did we really need that at the end? I said, maybe we didn't need it, but it didn't take away from it. I kind of really liked the story. It was made for a good fantasy story. I mean, you're talking to a guy who's been watching fantasy movies all the way back to the 80s, the high old days of fantasy movies, you know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Watching everything from Conan in the movies, Kroll, The Sword and the Sorcerer. It's like, so yeah, I'm up for some good fantasy stories, and that one worked. Now, I have not watched that other Rings of Power series. That one,
I hear it's not. I hear a lot of people don't like it.
yeah, but I really like this one.
Cool.
The people now, I like a lot of the characters, especially like one of the main characters, Helm Hammerhand. Like, he carries around this big war hammer, but you find he doesn't really need the hammer because it's like he's beating up bastard with his bare hands.
Nice.
I thought that's some Sonny Chiba level shit this guy's pulling off here. I like it. But like I said, his name Helm Hammerhand. Yeah, at the end, the place that they were fighting from would later be known as Helm's Deep.
It's almost like they named it for him.
Right, that's the point. It's that's one of the kind of Easter eggs people were that I was watching with groaned at, and I said, "Did we really need that?" It's like, whether we needed it or not, it really didn't take away from it. And like I said, we get one character from the Lord of the Rings movies makes an appearance towards the very end, and one other gets mentioned at the very end. You know, this is supposed to be set hundreds of years before, like, even events of The Hobbit, so... And that's the other thing. No ring... Well, okay, yeah. There's a point in the movie that kind of links to the rings in that, but only for a brief moment, and it's... That's one thing, it's like, okay, they could have left that one out and they would have not taken anything away. It really didn't add to it either.
Yeah, yeah. Also, Larson, if you think that the writing in Baldur's Gate 3 is mid, then you probably haven't seen any of the companions side, like companions quest lines, because they were quite good.
I mean, people talk about the elf and the bear, so that's nothing compared to the, like, what was it? I think it was goblin and a troll. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Apparently, I think it was a goblin.
Oh, no. Okay, no. I know what you mean. It was a bugbear and an ogre.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that part. I was like...
that was funny.
Eh?
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you open a barn door and you find a goblin and an ogre fucking.
Yeah.
And then they attack you for interrupting them.
Yeah. It's like, do you mind?
Yeah, like Astarion's story in particular. Actually, both Astarion's story and Shadowheart's story are kind of tearjerkers, honestly. If you see them all the way through. Also, something I love about the game, I've said this before, but at least 3 of your party members are just outright bad fucking people. But the writing for them is good, because once you learn more about these characters, you realize they're all terrible people, but for logical reasons. Like, they've been put through some shit that has made them this way. And at least 2 of them you can redeem.
Yeah.
Like, you can help them fix the thing that made them that way.
I tell you, there's one thing I've yet to watch, and I keep meaning to, because I want... just the clips I've seen look amazing, and that's Nimona.
I don't know what that is.
That was it's a Netflix animated fantasy movie.
Uh-huh.
Nimona is our main character. She's it's like
shape-shifting creature. Motherfucker looks like a teenage girl. Oh god, high energy.
it's hilarious, and she's with this, I guess, former hero falling on hard times and on a real depressive twist. He kind of brings him out of that and lets him find the hero again. But it's really cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. Nimona.
Yeah. Larson says he meant mostly the writing criticism was mostly the dialogue writing. I don't know. I still thought it was pretty good, but hey, it's definitely better than Veilguard. We can all agree on that, I think.
I still haven't watched that last what D&D Honor Amongst Thieves. I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, that's a very funny movie.
I hear.
Very funny.
Now the movie I'm looking forward to, and I just saw like the second trailer drop for it, is called A Working Man.
I don't know this one.
This is Jason Statham, directed by David Ayer, the same team that gave one of my favorite movies last year, The Beekeeper.
Okay.
Yeah, so good actioner. I'm looking forward to it. I like when he comes into one target he's come after, and he's observing at first the guy is arguing with one and basically slapped her around, and after he's gone off, Kevin's like, now he's got the other guy tied to a chair, first punches in the face, and he says, that's for hitting that woman. And he says, that was my wife. He hits him again, that's for hitting your wife.
Yeah.
Damn. I like Jason Statham.
He's fun.
Yeah. I remember some of the great one-liners. I remember in The Beekeeper when he's about to burn this place a bit. When it goes to the ground, there's the security guards outside. Oh, it says, all right, you got to the count of three. Jason, 1, 2, 3. Did it for you.
Heyo.
And then proceed to beat their ass.
Ah. I was almost shotted.
Oh no. Oh, I didn't know there was a. Oh, there was a. It's okay. Nimona's based on a graphic novel. I'll have to go find it.
Hmm. Ow. Stop it.
Oh.
Oh shit, I went past the thing. Ah.
Mm.
Get to the exit before fuel go bye-bye. Also, I need to pee, so we're gonna call out of the stream here.
Ooh. Ooh. If you're looking for a raid yet?
I'm about to. Let's see who I've got available here.
I don't know if you follow Shaggy Turtle Studios or not.
Never heard of it.
Who I know him through, one of my other contacts, but he's doing Terminator games. Tonight's is the Terminator for the Sega CD.
Alright, let me get out of the game here first. This
Yeah.
is a little loud. At least in my headphones, anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. OBS. End.